It's that time of season where a lot of our time gets spent in dealing with gifts, either purchasing gifts, giving gifts, thinking about gifts, sending gifts, yada, 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 all the things to do with the holidays. And whereas I love to give gifts, I love to give the perfect gift. It's interesting because there's this thing, and I know you've all heard of it. It's your love language or your love currency. And there's 5 different love languages, and they really, really, really are important. They're words of affirmation, gift giving, acts of service, quality time, and physical touch. And so the best thing to do for either your partner, your significant other, your children is to figure out what their love language actually is. And I know that might be kind of hard, and it's probably different, but you figure out what their love language is, and you're like, well, how do I figure out? And so what I try to do is I try to think back to when they wanted to do something special for you. What did they do? Or if they wanted to do something special for someone else, and it was just a quick thing off the top of their mind, what did they do? And so that's kind of how you maybe discern or try to figure out what their love language is. So my husband's love language is not gifts, but my love language is gifts. And so, which is good and bad. So, for my husband, he knows this. So he really, really, really tries hard to get me a good gift. But what's so sweet about my husband is when I do get him a gift, he knows that's me showing my love language. And so he accepts it. Does that make sense? So if someone, if he was to be like, honestly, you shouldn't have spent the money, and kind of gets mad, he's in a sense rejecting my love towards him if he doesn't accept the gift. Maybe that's why I'm so hung up on thank you cards and people thanking for gifts, because I'm showing this is how I show my love. And so you thank them and appreciate it. For my husband, his is kind of like, he has 2, where his are words of affirmation and acts of service. And so it's, even though that to me, that may not be, my love language, but I know that that's how he receives it the best. And so it's figuring out those things and figuring out maybe they don't, someone send me flowers and it would just be like, oh my goodness, thank you so much, Whereas maybe to my husband, you would say something, like, hey, that was, I don't know, a great presentation. I don't know what you would say. I know he loves my kids, our kids showing gratitude and just being so grateful. Like, to him, that's huge. So it's figuring out those things, because sometimes you can find something that you think is the most perfect gift ever, and maybe they didn't want an object, or maybe they didn't want that. It was something else, to show love and realize also when you get something from someone that maybe that's theirs and that's how they show me. And to just think about that and really appreciate it. I know we try to do things a little different. I know this holiday season's especially going to be different for various reasons, whether it's we can't travel or do our same traditions that we typically do. Like every year we go to the Nutcracker down at the Houston Ballet, and that obviously is not going to happen. So we won't be doing that this year. And so it's finding certain traditions and new traditions that you may have, because we may not be able to do the ones that we typically do. And so a good thing is just to be open and honest as a family and talk about it. Hey, we can't go to the Nutcracker this year. Some might be happy, but we can't go. What's something else, we could do as a family? or, there's so many in need. I know in our area that the request for donations and for Christmas has gone up so much. And so you could kind of go as a family, hey, instead of the money we would have spent on the Nutcracker, how about if we donate that to a family? Or, you just figure out what you can do, but just be open and honest. Be open and honest, maybe even about Christmas. Like, hey, Christmas may not be the same this year. Money was tight, dad was furloughed, or things, like that. So Christmas is going to be a little bit different. But be open and honest with each other. It's the best way to do it, because kids know more than we think. They are very in tune, and they know when we're not being honest with them. And so just look and see how you can communicate love to your loved ones the way they want to receive it. And then you'll be giving the best gift to them. And I hope everybody good luck as we start this crazy season and everything gets shipped. Get done early. I think it's going to be hard to get stuff at the last second. So as we look forward to this, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great as you have new traditions. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week.